some mysteries should remain unsolved.
My name is Daniel. I'm 42 years old now, and for nearly 20 years, I worked as a long-haul truck driver across the United States. I've driven through blizzards in Wyoming, dust storms in Arizona, hurricanes along the Gulf Coast. I've slept in truck stops, abandoned rest areas, and lonely parking lots where the nearest town was 50 miles away. Most truck drivers have stories. Strange lights, odd radio transmissions, people standing on roads where no people should be. But there is one story I've never told publicly. Because even now, I don't know what happened. And part of me wishes I had never survived it. It happened in October of 2017. I was hauling refrigerated cargo from Missouri to Nevada. A normal route. Nothing unusual. I left Kansas City around 8 p.m. The weather was clear, the roads were empty. And according to my GPS, I had roughly 11 hours of driving ahead of me. Around midnight, I crossed into western Kansas.
Anyone who has driven there at night knows how isolated it feels. The road stretches forever. No houses, no lights, just darkness and asphalt. The kind of darkness that feels alive. The kind that makes you check your mirrors even though you know nobody is behind you. Around 1:30 a.m., I noticed something strange. The same exit sign kept appearing. Exit 209. At first I thought nothing of it. Maybe I was tired. Maybe the exits were numbered similarly. But after another 20 minutes, I saw it again. Exit 209. Same sign, same bent support pole, same missing corner. I remember staring at it as I passed, because I knew I'd seen that exact sign before. I checked my GPS. It showed me moving normally. No issues, no rerouting, nothing. So I kept driving. Another 15 minutes passed. And then, exit 209. Again. This time my stomach tightened. I looked at the mile markers.
The exit appeared exactly the same. Even the graffiti on the sign looked identical. I started feeling uneasy. Not scared, just confused. I called another driver I knew named Mike. He answered immediately. "What's up?" I laughed nervously. "Dude, I think I'm losing my mind." "What happened?" I explained the exit sign. Mike chuckled. "You're tired. Pull over and get some coffee." Maybe he was right. Maybe exhaustion was playing tricks on me. So I kept driving. 10 minutes later, my radio crackled. At first it sounded like static. Then a voice emerged. Very faint. A woman. Whispering. "Don't take the exit." I frowned. The transmission lasted only a second. Then silence. I adjusted the volume. Nothing. A few moments later, "Don't take exit 209." My hands froze on the steering wheel. The voice sounded terrified. Not distorted, not robotic. Just scared. Like someone trying desperately to warn me. I grabbed the radio. "Hello?" No response. Only static. I tried convincing myself it was interference. Truck radios pick up strange things all the time. But then the voice returned. Louder. Closer. "Whatever you do, don't stop there." The transmission cut out. I felt cold. Really cold. The cab temperature hadn't changed, yet suddenly I couldn't stop shivering. I glanced outside. The highway was empty. No headlights, no taillights, nothing. Then I noticed something even stranger. The stars were gone. Completely gone. The sky looked black. Not nighttime black. Empty black. Like a giant void hanging above the road. No moon. No stars. Nothing. I checked the clock. 2:17 a.m. The display flickered. Then reset. 100. 100. 100. Every screen inside the truck suddenly showed the same thing. Even the GPS. I hit the dashboard. The displays remained frozen. Then, ahead of me, I saw the exit sign. Exit 209. Waiting. I don't know why I did it. Maybe curiosity? Maybe stupidity? Maybe something wanted me to. But when I reached the ramp, I turned the wheel and exited the highway. The moment my truck left the interstate, everything changed. The road became unnaturally quiet. The engine noise seemed distant, muffled, as if I were underwater. The exit led to a small road cutting through open fields. There were no houses, no gas stations, no businesses, nothing. Yet according to the sign, there should have been a town nearby. I drove for several minutes. Eventually, I saw lights ahead. A small town. At least, that's what it looked like. The sign at the entrance read, "Welcome to Ash Grove. Population, 312. I had never heard of it, but that wasn't unusual. America has thousands of tiny towns. What bothered me was the condition of the place. Every building looked abandoned. Not recently abandoned. Decades abandoned. Windows broken, paint peeling, cars rusting in driveways. Yet every porch light was on. Every single one. I slowed. My headlights swept across the empty streets. And that's when I saw the first person. A woman standing beside a mailbox. Completely still, facing away from the road. I couldn't see her face. She didn't move. Not even when my truck passed. 100 yards later, another person.
Standing perfectly still. Then, another. And another. Dozens of them. All facing away. All motionless. All silent. The fear finally hit me. Real fear. The kind that makes your chest hurt. I stepped on the accelerator. The truck surged forward. The town continued. Block after block. Far larger than it should have been. Then suddenly, every person turned around at the same time. I slammed the brakes. My headlights illuminated their faces, and I nearly screamed. Because they weren't looking at me. They were looking past me, at something behind my truck. Every one of them appeared terrified, as if they were watching something approach. Something far worse than me. I checked my mirrors. Nothing. Just darkness. Then one of the people lifted a finger, pointing behind my trailer. The rest copied the motion. Hundreds of fingers, pointing. My radio exploded with static. Drive! I floored the accelerator. The truck shot down the street. In the mirror, I saw the people running. Not toward me. Away from something. Away from the darkness. And then, I saw it. Something stepped into the road behind my trailer. At first, I thought it was a person. But it was too tall. Far too tall. At least 12 feet high. Its arms hung almost to the ground. Its skin looked pale gray. And its face. I wish I could forget its face. Because it didn't have eyes. Or a nose. Or a mouth. Only smooth skin. Like a blank mannequin. Yet somehow, I knew it was staring directly at me. The thing began walking. Slowly. But every step carried it an impossible distance. One step, 20 feet. Another step, 20 more. Closing the gap. I pushed the truck harder. 90 miles an hour. 95. 100. Still, it gained ground. The radio crackled again. The woman's voice returned. You let it see you.
I shouted, "What is it?" For a moment, there was silence. Then she answered, "It waits on the road." The truck shook violently. Something hit the trailer. The entire rig lurched. I looked in the mirror. The creature was touching the rear doors, keeping pace effortlessly. My heart nearly stopped. Another impact. Metal screamed. The trailer door bent inward. Then another. And another. As if something was trying to get inside. I could hear cargo shifting, boxes collapsing, steel groaning. The truck began losing speed. I looked ahead. The road ended at another highway entrance. I merged back onto the interstate. The second my wheels crossed onto the highway, everything vanished. The town, the creature, the radio voice, gone.
Just darkness and road. I slammed on the brakes. My hands shook uncontrollably. The clock read 2:18 a.m. Only 1 minute had passed. 1 minute. Yet I had spent what felt like hours inside that town. I pulled onto the shoulder, trying to breathe, trying to think. Then I checked the trailer. The rear doors were destroyed. Huge dents, deep scratches, metal twisted inward, as if something massive had tried to tear its way inside. I took photos immediately. I still have them. The company later blamed the damage on cargo shifting, but cargo doesn't leave claw marks. I drove until sunrise, then stopped at a truck stop. I told another driver what happened. He stared at me for a long time, then asked a question. "What exit?" 209. The color drained from his face. He whispered, "You saw it too." He told me that years earlier his brother disappeared after taking an exit matching the same description. Police found the truck, found the cargo, found the driver's wallet, but never found him. Not a trace. The case remains unsolved. I asked where it happened. His answer chilled me. There is no exit 209 on that highway. I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. I checked maps, GPS records, state highway databases, everything. No exit 209. Never existed. Not now, not ever. The ramp I took wasn't supposed to be there. Neither was the town. Neither were the people. Yet something happened that night. Something real enough to leave physical damage. Real enough that I never drove that route again. And real enough that even today, other truckers occasionally report seeing the same sign. Always after midnight. Always alone. Always on empty highways. Most ignore it. A few take the exit. Some come back with stories. Others never return at all. And here's the part that keeps me awake. Last year, nearly 8 years after that night, I was cleaning old files from my phone. I found the photographs of the damaged trailer. I opened one and zoomed in. Behind the truck, standing at the edge of the headlights, was a figure. Tall, pale, featureless, watching, waiting. And when I checked the next photo, it was closer. In the third photo, closer still. And in the final image, taken only seconds later, the thing was standing directly behind me, close enough to touch. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember taking that picture. But what scares me most is that every few months, another new photograph appears in that same folder. A photograph I never took. Always at night. Always on a highway. Always showing the same thing. Getting closer. And in the most recent image, it isn't behind me anymore. It's standing standing beside my front door, waiting for me to come home.